News broadcast for Wednesday, August 5, 2026. Making the headlines tonight after BTL's vote, Cabinet Minister Fonseca acknowledges concerns remain. PUC reiterates regulatory obligations in assessing BTL's proposed smart acquisition. GOB officials and Bowen and BWS reps discuss Belize River contamination. And a new $10 security fee to be charged to travelers leaving municipal airports. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
I'm a licensed electrician for 15 years. Safety is always an electrician number one priority. I shop at Benny's. Benny's give me high quality, durable material. Cheaper doesn't mean safety. Cheaper means danger. When I think about safety, I think about Benny's. Remember, at Benny's, quality is saving.
Savings at Benny's. Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and savings. See you at the store.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
I've always been fascinated with gemstones. It's all about taking nature's beauty and creating something uniquely beautiful. I've had inspiration from the Belize Blue Bull, the beaches, the jaguar. I've launched a new product called Co-Design with Deb, and Atlantic Bank's e-commerce system has opened the door to my international customers so I can receive payments so they can have their custom pieces shipped to them.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
If you're looking for the perfect home air conditioner, then listen up. First, choose the right tonnage. Correct sizing means perfect cooling and much lower electricity bills. Now, look for efficiency. Gree uses AI-driven performance to optimize cooling and fight high energy costs. Lastly, don't just cool your air. Clean it. Demand health-focused air treatment and smart connected features. Get the global leader in smart home comfort. Contact us today to find your perfect Gree AC.
We are modernizing assessment through the National Student Assessment System, strengthening teacher professional development in digital pedagogy and STEAM education, and also advancing reforms in technical and vocational education and training so that more young people develop the practical skills required for emerging industries.
I was amazed how these girls were working together because many of them didn't know each other at no point. And through this 2 weeks program, they managed to create these strong bonds. And, they came up with problems that they were identifying out in the community, right? Problems with the environment, problems with climate change. It was such a wonderful experience, with seeing how these girls can take such simple tasks to great heights.
On the first day, I fell in love with the robots and stuff we were making, like wind turbines, and that really caught my attention. So I think when I go into third form, I would go in the science instead of the business because I really wanted to take business. But now I think of it, I really want to go into science now because it's so fun.
We wanted to spark that interest and motivation in girls so that they're able to go into STEAM careers and they're able to then jump into various aspects of or what we call skill pathways. So the goal beyond this festival is for us to then build a nice network, a support network, commitment network, so that the stakeholders who were willing to be with us can continue that journey with the girls.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. Cabinet Minister Francis Fonseca today confirmed that Cabinet has not yet been briefed on the vote of the board of Belize Telemedia Limited to acquire SpeedNet Smart. When asked about public reaction, Fonseca said he does not believe Belizeans are at a breaking point and ready to take to the streets over this matter and the Ministry of Defense split payment scandal. He acknowledged, however, that concerns remain.
I think there are legitimate questions and concerns that remain. I have not yet received any information on this matter except for what has been shared through the media. My expectation is that at our next cabinet meeting that we will receive a briefing on the matter. I look forward to that briefing. Coming out of that, I think I will be in a better position to offer any comments on the matter. But for now, I will reserve any public comments on it until we get proper information.
Do you think the public is at a breaking point, though, with the split payment scandal as well and wanting to take to the streets as a result of the BPL issue?
Yeah, no, I don't think the public is at a breaking point. I recognize the concerns. I think there are legitimate concerns and questions, as I said. The government has a responsibility to respond to those in a respectful way, and I'm sure that is what we will do.
Following a media roundtable on procurement reform hosted by the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Chamber President Giacomo Sanchez was asked about the BTL board's vote to acquire SpeedNet Smart. The Chamber has proposed acquisition, citing concerns over inadequate financial transparency, absence of a merger control framework, legal regularity, uncertainty, and the impact that a virtual monopoly would have on consumers and businesses. Today, Sanchez told the media that, in his view, the board's decision signals that the transaction is effectively settled.
Overall, I believe what has occurred is that the transaction essentially is a foregone conclusion, because that vote yesterday essentially tells the public and tells everyone that this deal is going through one way or the other. And who, from a PUC standpoint, it's just a matter of timing as to when they give some sort of indication that it would have been approved.
So you don't trust that the PUC is particularly acting in the best interest of the public?
I think until we hear from the PUC, I think I'd be reserved to make a comment on that.
So then do you consider it a done deal?
From a BTL standpoint, yes, it's a done deal. I don't think this will go back or be reversed. It's just the nature of things.
The PUC has to approve, otherwise BTL and SpeedNet would be in contravention of the Telecoms Act.
Well, the honest truth is that there may be some legal maneuvering to circumvent that. So, I mean, that's just the reality of how things happen. And I can see that happening. Outside of that, there's not much as a interested public that we can do.
And so then, the Chamber is the biggest customer, perhaps, alongside the government of BTL. Other sectors of the public, the unions, are also opposed, as is the opposition at this time, and they may take to the streets. What can the Chamber do?
We would love to be in that position where we just are out there and in the faces of the opposing the transaction. Unfortunately, that's not the nature of how our constituency operates. So we still need to go back to our constituents to get a feel for their feeling, because oftentimes when you're dealing with public funds, it's so far removed from our own individual pockets that people kind of lose it.
The Public Utilities Commission, PUC, today reaffirmed that it will follow full due process as it reviews Belize Telemedia Limited's proposed acquisition of SpeedNet Smart. In a press release, the regulator noted the heightened public interest in the matter, but said it must remain impartial and cannot comment on the ongoing debate or signal any likely outcome until its assessment is complete. The PUC said its evaluation will consider consumer protection, service continuity, quality of service commitments, transitional arrangements, and market transparency. It said it appreciates the public's patience as it fulfills its obligation in adherence to applicable laws, regulations, and established procedures. BTL submitted an updated proposal for approval by the PUC on February 10, 2025, excising several cable companies from the planned acquisition. In related news, the country's 4 social partner organizations met virtually today to discuss next steps in response to BTL's proposed acquisition of SpeedNet Smart. Representatives of the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, BCCI, the Belize Network of NGOs, BNN, the National Evangelical Association of Belize, NEAB, and the National Trade Union Congress of Belize, NTUCB, convened for what they described as constructive discussions on the proposed telecoms deal. According to a joint statement, the social partners have agreed to launch a coordinated information sharing process across their respective memberships. The intention is to facilitate informed collective decision-making to determine their next steps. The organizations say the move reflects their shared commitment to good governance, economic stability, and safeguarding the public interest in major national telecommunications developments. Officials from the Department of the Environment, DOE, have been in the Belize River Valley for the past 2 days, conducting tests to confirm the source of contamination of the Belize River, which resulted in a fish kill stretching from Scotland Half Moon to St. Paul's Bank. Representatives from the Belize Water Services, BWS, and Bowen & Bowen, the country's main commercial producer of purified bottled water, have been in meetings today over the issue. While we receive reports that both BWS and Bowen, who abstract water from the Belize River, may be asked to temporarily halt extraction, Bowen says it is monitoring the situation and that its water quality systems continue to meet WHO standards. It added that it stands ready to adjust operations if conditions change. In the case of BWS, an official in the Ministry of Public Utilities assured that if and when any interruption becomes necessary, a public notice will be issued as is customary. The Department of the Environment is expected to release an official statement before the end of the day. After the break, Belize waste control worker killed in Lord's Bank bus collision, and OSH bill passed, though Senator says it still needs work. Stay with us.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
This time, what can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'll say I help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Hello Belize, if you're looking for the perfect home air conditioner, then listen up. First, choose the right tonnage. Correct sizing means perfect cooling and much lower electricity bills. Now, look for efficiency. GREE uses AI-driven performance to optimize cooling and fight high energy costs. Lastly, don't just cool your air. Clean it. Demand health-focused air treatment and smart connected features. Get the global leader in smart home comfort. Contact us today to find your perfect GREE AC.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I hear they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
We are modernizing assessment through the National Student Assessment System, strengthening teacher professional development in digital pedagogy and STEAM education, and also advancing reforms in technical and vocational education and training so that more young people develop the practical skills required for emerging industries.
I was amazed how these girls were working together because many of them didn't know each other at no point. And through this 2 weeks program, they managed to create these strong bonds. And they came up with problems that they were identifying out in the community, right? Problems with the environment, problems with climate change. It was such a wonderful experience, with seeing how these girls can take such simple tasks to great heights.
On the first day, I fell in love with the robots and stuff we were making, like wind turbines, and that really caught my attention. So I think when I go into third form, I would go into the science instead of the business because I really wanted to take business, but now I think of it, I really want to go into science now because it's so fun.
We wanted to spark that interest and motivation in girls so that they're able to go into STEAM careers and they're able to then jump into various aspects of or what we call skill pathways. So the goal beyond this festival is for us to then build a nice network, a support network, commitment network, so that the stakeholders who were willing to be with us can continue that journey with the girls.
In 1976, Georgetown Village, Stanquick District, a boy child was born. A humble child to humble parents. And that boy grew up to be a man. And that boy grew up to be a legend. Cause in the mid-90s, that boy turned a man and he turned the world into fire. Everybody. Rocking your dance, rocking your concerts, rocking the radio, and rocking Punta Rock. We are talking about the one, the only, the icon, Super G. That the man will tell you for pat it up. That the man will turn with a man and tell you about the hurricane. Come, me tell you we gone. And he stop, he gone, he gone. Yo, that the man will tell you for set firm boundary with your cell phone for certain day, for certain month. That the man will tell you who for hire and who for do your plumbing.
I man one lady pipe. One man.
We the tell about Super G because this summer is belonging to Super. It's a super summer. It's a fire summer. August 8th, Saturday night at 9, Belize Airport Authority parking lot. What? It's an Earth Strong celebration. 50 years in the making. But not just that. We're crowning. We're giving him the crown. He's not coming alone. That stage, that night belongs to he and his friends and all the stars that have been a part of his career. Look out, here comes the crowd to mash it up. His Punta Rebel teammates, Reckless Flores, Lloyd Augustine, Punta Generals in the backing, TLC Band, the Martinez Brothers, No Vida, Positive Vibes, UB, Soca Queen Ernestine, Bernadette Gilharry, Stick the Artist, Flaco, Nello Player, then they come from across the board, Chetamal, Quintana Roo, Johnny Owan, Kelako, Nolo. We got tunes, we got DJs, we got Dala, we got Cloud9, Mr. Flav, DJ Dickies, the YG Young Generals, Super Mario. What you got to say for yourself? The summer is pepper, it's fire, it's super. Saturday, 8 August 2026. You hear me? Belize Airport parking lot authority. Earth Strong, the crown name. Will you get the man the crown? What you got to say? No! Just Dede, hyper stage sounds and lighting, rocking the place. Dede!
Sponsored by Madisco, the National Institute of Culture and History, the Institute of Creative Arts, Honorable Dr. Louis Zabany, Honorable Rodwell Ferguson, Hyper Sounds, Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Digi, the Belize Airport Authority. Tickets available online at Quick Pass app, Quem Radio, and Madisco.
A 39-year-old sanitation worker lost his life today after being struck by a Central Transit bus while working in Lords Bank, Belize District. The victim has been identified as Andrew Alexander Smith, who was Initial reports indicate that Smith was performing his daily duties when the incident occurred. Emergency responders found him motionless at the scene. Police have launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the fatal incident. Cabinet on Tuesday approved the introduction of a $10 aviation security fee for every departing passenger traveling through municipal airports across Belize. Cabinet says the fee is intended to help the Belize Airports Authority fund more sophisticated screening procedures and other modernization measures needed to keep civil aviation operations safe, secure, and efficient. This is in keeping with rising global security demands and stricter international aviation standards. The change will come into effect when the minister responsible for civil aviation signs a statutory instrument. In other cabinet news, Cabinet has outlined the amendments to be made to the cybercrime law. The intention is to clarify the scope of offenses in a way that aligns with constitutional protections for freedom of expression. According to the release, the changes are intended to ensure that the law continues to target serious forms of technologically facilitated abuse, including malicious deepfakes, impersonation, extortion, threats, and targeted harassment, while safeguarding democratic values of free expression such as political debate, journalism, satire, and public accountability. The amendments will also introduce a key safeguard, that is, prosecutions under the law will now require the written consent of the Director of Public Prosecutions before any charge can be brought. The Senate resumed debate on the Occupational Safety and Health Bill, the OSH bill, on Tuesday and passed it with amendments. Senators were presented with a matrix showing previous concerns that had been addressed after 2 meetings and a written exchange with Labor Ministry technocrats However, Business Senator Kevin Herrera criticized that many of the recommendations were not incorporated.
There's been 2 information sessions, one in May and I believe one in July 15th. I was unable to attend the one for July 15th, but I was certainly here for the one in May. And like the leader of the opposition side mentioned just a while ago, Madam President, is we came here prepared to make those contributions and to wrap up that whole process that day, but around sometime at midday we realized that we weren't making any headway, and so I think you had made a call at that point to suspend the session. But before that suspension, Madam President, many of us, I believe all of us who are here, made recommendations on this bill. When I looked at the matrix this morning, I don't see any type of reference to that session. The only references I'm seeing here is the ones for the July 15th session, and in fact it states clearly there, information session held 15th of July 2026. So you're right. I mean, it was really a waste of our time if what we suggested at that session were not incorporated into the amendments. And I remember there were some very, very good recommendations at that session. There wasn't any feedback from those who were here, but we certainly went into it in details, not completely because the session was suspended, but there were many, many great recommendations that were made. I remember Senator Pitt, Senator Chanona, Senator Glenn Dennison, and the government side, many senators, Senator Sparber, I remember, made many recommendations at that time. But again, I'm not seeing any of that reflected in the current matrix that is before us.
Lead opposition Senator Patrick Faber highlighted that among the issues that still remain unaddressed are psychological hazards of the job.
Madam President, the bill includes definitions of psychological hazards and work-related stress, but provisions for employers to actively present these hazards remain underdeveloped, Madam President. Workplace harassment, bullying, excessive workload, burnout, these are all, Madam President, serious occupational risk. The evidence of this, Madam President, is overwhelming from international experiences, if you look at them, but also these issues lead to measurable harm. We can measure them: depression, anxiety, cardiac events, tragic cases, including suicide, Madam President. The bill must make clear that excessive workload, harassment, bullying, all of these things are not acceptable features of any workplace. The bill is silent when it comes to these things. This is not the first time that we've raised these matters, but they are ignored. So we make the point, we hammer it home again. You know why we hammer it, Madam President? Because we want the Belizean people to know that we didn't leave any stones unturned. If we have another opportunity to nail it home, then raise it.
Faber recommended the establishment of anti-bullying policies with clear reporting mechanisms and that trainings be held for managers on psychological safety and conflict resolution. Another recommendation is the development of specific codes of practice addressing workplace violence, harassment, and burnout prevention. Police are investigating the overnight burglary of Belize Local Deals, an electronics store situated inside the Blake Building in Belize City. Intruders made off with a substantial haul of products including cell phones, laptops, televisions, gaming controllers, AirPods, iPads, tablets, and various other small electronic devices. Management is appealing to the public for assistance and urges anyone who may have information regarding the break-in or who is approached to buy suspiciously discounted electronics to contact the authorities or report the matter to the business to aid in recovering the stolen property. Meanwhile, before 1 this afternoon, police were called out to Mahogany Supermarket in Belize City where they received reports that a robbery suspects were shot at. The owner of the establishment, Wallace Usher, soon after reported that they were safe. Police have since confirmed that 2 males are under police guard while receiving treatment for gunshot injuries believed to have been sustained during an armed robbery on Mahogany Street, Belize City. Initial investigation revealed that a salesperson was on board a parked delivery truck when he was approached by 2 armed males who demanded that he hand over the sales proceeds. He complied, but they were subsequently fired upon by the salesperson. Police at the scene revealed that earlier this week, 2 people from the St. Martin's area were detained for tampering with cameras from the police department's public surveillance system. After the break, a new Miss Earth Belize to be crowned this Saturday. Stay tuned.
Need a fresh new kitchen, flip that switch ignition. GE appliances shine. Every knob, every line, all align and turn the shower on. Feel gold, colder in the chrome. So bold from the ties to the tiny screws. We've got the wow you choose. All in one place, design depot. Everything you need for the life you want. Let's go! From the floor to the paint to the patio glow. Build it up, light it up. Watch your dream home grow. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place.
Design Depot, all in one place.
I've always been fascinated with gemstones. It's all about taking nature's beauty and creating something uniquely beautiful. I've had inspiration from the Belize Blue Bull, the beaches, the jaguar. I've launched a new product called Co-Design with Deb, and Atlantic Bank's e-commerce system has opened the door to my international customers so I can receive payments so they can have their custom pieces shipped to them.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
As a sheetrock installer for decor construction, I know the job is only as good as the materials I use. Using inferior products can lead to more waste, weak core integrity, sagging, and more time fixing the problem instead of finishing the job right. And that's why I trust USG Drywall, Ply-Sem, and base screws from Venice, because quality is savings.
Quality is savings at Benny's. Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and savings.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100 key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
In 1976, Georgetown Village, Stanquick District, a boy child was born. A humble child to humble parents. And that boy grew up to be a man. And that boy grew up to be a legend. Cause in the mid-90s, that boy turned a man and he turned the world into fire. Everybody. Rocking your dance, rocking your concerts, rocking the radio, and rocking Punta Rock. We are talking about the one, the only, the icon, Super J. Who's that guy rolling the back? That the man will tell you for party top. That the man will turn with a man and tell you about the hurricane. Come, me tell you we gone. And he stopped. that the man will tell you if you set firm boundary with your cell phone for a certain day, for a certain month. That the man will tell you who for hire and who for do your plumbing.
I man want lay the pipe. One man.
We the tell you about Super G because this summer is belonging to Super. It's a super summer. It's a fire summer. August 8th, Saturday night at 9, Belize Airport Authority parking lot. What? It's an Earth Strong celebration. 50 years in the making. But not just that. We're crowning. We're giving him the crown. He's not coming alone. That stage, that night belongs to he and his friends and all the stars that have been a part of his career. Look out, here comes the crowd to match it up. His Punta Rebel teammates, Reckless Flores, Lloyd Augustine, Punta Generals in the backing, TLC Band, the Martinez Brothers, No Vida, Positive Vibes, UB, Soca Queen Ernestine, Bernadette Gilharry, Stick the Artist, Flaco, Nello Player, then they come from across the board, Chetamal, Quintana Roo, Johnny Owan, Kelako, Nolo, we got tunes, we got DJs, we got Dala, we got Cloud9, Mr. Flavor, DJ Dickies, the YG Young Generals, Super Mario. What you got to say for yourself? The summer is pepper, it's fire, it's super. Saturday, 8 August 2026. You hear me? Belize Airport parking lot authority. Earth Strong, the crown name. Would you get him on the crown? What you got to say? No! Just today, hyper stage sounds and lighting rocking the place. Dede!
Sponsored by Madisco, the National Institute of Culture and History, the Institute of Creative Arts, Honorable Dr. Louis Zabany, Honorable Rodwell Ferguson, Hyper Sounds, Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Digi, the Belize Airport Authority. Tickets available online at Quick Pass app, Quem Radio, and Madisco.
4 delegates are vying for the Miss Earth Belize title this Saturday night inside the Belize City Civic Center. Today, the delegates were presented to the media. We now meet the Environmental Beauty Ambassadors.
Hi, my name is Gwendolyn Lucille Galvez. I'm 26 years old. I'm 5'3.5" tall, and my platform is ecoculture, living love and guiding the future. I'm from Cayo West, San Jose Socots Village. Platform is about integrating environmental conservation into aspects of our lives, all aspects of our lives, through education and experiences. When you are building a culture of an environmental conservation, people build culture through what they know, so through education, and what they feel through the experiences that they have. And as a tour guide, I have seen many people change their lives after they experience a tour that really shows them the beauty of nature. They really immerse themselves and they go back home changed people, and they feel like they want to be engaged in environmental conservation. It becomes let's say like a group that they want to be part of, a community that they want to join, and that's why I believe it has a great impact.
Good morning, my name is Vasha Thompson. I'm 25 years old and I'm 6'4". My advocacy is focusing on community-driven biodiversity conservation and youth environmental education, and I'm from Belmopan.
Okay, so what made you decide to compete for Miss Earth Belize?
Honestly, every pageant has their values and things that they prioritize. For me, I'm a biology graduate and an environmentalist, so it just made sense to join a pageant that prioritizes stewardship of the environment. My advocacy is educating children and communities with the knowledge and equipment to really care for our earth in the best way possible. I believe that if people know better, they will protect better and they will respect what we have around us.
Hi everyone, my name is Heavenly Bradley. I am 23 years old. My height is 5'1", and my advocacy is from waste to work, reviving culture through reuse. It's basically when we take old materials or old trash or waste and we turn them into something new that promotes cultural preservation, inspire creativity, and build self-confidence while reducing waste in our community. I think this is something that all Belizeans should have or should take part in so that we can build a more safer, more healthier Belize.
Where are you from and what made you decide to compete for this crown?
I am from right here in Belize City, born and raised, never left. And the reason I decided to compete for Miss Earth Belize because I saw that the pageant was more than a beauty pageant. It stands for something more than just beauty. It's for environmental cause, awareness, conservation. And I believe that collectively, if one person can do it, everyone can do it.
Hello, good morning, Belize. My name is Kendall Morgan. I am a 22-year-old national athlete in track and field. I come from the beautiful village of Boroboom. My advocacy is fighting for preservation, protecting the Belize River, preserving our heritage. My advocacy focuses on the preservation of the Belize River while also getting the chance to celebrate our traditions, especially canoeing. I used paddling to raise awareness. As we speak today, we're having so many stuff with the river, especially with the dying fishes. We don't know where it comes from, but I want people to be aware and educated of what is actually happening in our environment. And as I say, conservation begins with us, but I want to start with me.
Wendy Castillo, the finance director of Miss Earth Belize, spoke about what sets this pageant apart from others and why it suits Belize's conservation goals. Miss Earth Belize 2025 Paris Coach also shared her thoughts on this year's delegates.
Miss Earth advocates for environmental sustainability, for promotion of the environment, for us to learn to coexist as a community with the environment. Like our national anthem said, we have wealth untold. What are we doing with those wealth? How do we save the wealth untold, the environment, for our next generation? And so we decide that this is truly something that we can take, we can sell internationally, and it can also have an impact by bringing visitors to our show, by promoting our jewel, and to let the world know, as small as we are impactful, that we have so much to offer when it comes to tourism. And so that is the reason why we decide that we will take over this franchise. We will build this franchise from scratch. We will have the Belizean public know more about this franchise and the meaning behind the pageant. It's not just a regular pageant. It's a beauty with a cause, where we are developing leaders, environmental advocates for our country through these young ladies. So Miss Earth is totally different from what Belizean is used to. I am proud to say with the small team we have, we were able for the first
in environmental causes in Belize, and each one of them have an advocacy that I believe is very strong and very important in our society and our communities.
And then any message you get to encourage people to come out this weekend?
Yes, please make your way to Belize Civic Center on Saturday at 7 p.m. Tickets are still available and they're going quickly. It's an experience you won't want to miss out on. It's the first time in a while that Miss Earth Belize is doing an pageant, and the production is going to be 100% motivating to watch.
Miss Earth Belize has partnered with conservation partners. We spoke with two of them, Shani Rayburn from the Department of the Environment, Ramil Arana from PACT, and also with Yasmin Dominguez, sales executive of hotel partner Ramada Princess Hotel.
The Department of the Environment is partnering and supporting Miss Earth Belize Foundation Limited, but because it takes a lot of persons that need to be involved to protect Belize's environment. The Department of the Environment's role is not only to develop and enforce environmental regulations and policies, but it is also to bring environmental awareness and be able to inspire positive environmental change and actions within the environment. Sponsoring with and partnering with Miss Earth Belize has helped us to reach a different target audience, reach more people, and be able to inspire persons to take actions within our environment. What we need to understand is that taking care of our natural resources and protecting our environment is a shared responsibility.
Oh, it's very important. Miss Earth Belize represents a platform where young ladies can do climate and conservation advocacy on a national, international stage. Vibrant institution. So when we look at Miss Earth Belize and what it stands for, it's what we want to represent ourselves and the work that we do in conservation, in climate finance, and especially in helping communities. So it provides that type of platform for advocacy for us to show what we're doing here in Belize.
Okay, how important was it for you guys to partner with Miss Earth Belize?
It was really important and it was a great honor to have partnerships with them with them. And we look forward to having them next year and to continue our partnerships with them. Yes, they're all staying here.
Okay.
The 4 Miss Earth Belize delegates, along with reigning queen Miss Earth Belize 2025 Paris Kowich, partnered with the Department of the Environment